I'm Omar, a Palestinian British man who's lived here their entire life. Was also visited Palestine on numerous occasions, specifically Gaza. So I have experienced both sides of how life can be unfair. Going to Gaza from a privileged background of living in the UK, it's like an awakening. You start to appreciate such simple things which are deprived there. Simple things like having a great education and actually being able to use it for your future. Simple things like eating and drinking, not worrying about if the water is clean or not. Simple things like having Wi-Fi or a bulb over your head for as long as you want. Simple things like being able to sleep at night, not worrying about who I'll have to cry for at their forced departure from this world next. Simple things like sleeping in a separate room, my own room in fact, instead of sleeping with the rest of my relatives, so that we don't mourn the loss of each other when morning comes. Simple things like earning a decent salary, enough for my needs and extra for my lifestyle. Simple things like going to the beach and swimming in the ocean, not worrying about if I cross the border of no return. You know, the barrier in which if you cross, you get shot. Simple things like being free and not in a prison. When I was there, although in the same skin color, in the same blood and the same culture, which was embedded within me, just the fact that I entered into Gaza from a foreign country, it made me a celebrity amongst them. Anyone who found out I was British, their faces instantly bloomed with excitement. They all wanted to ask me about questions on the outside, because to them it's a dream, and they're still living and remaining in a nightmare. This was all prior to October the 7th. These life conditions, the non-existent human rights they are used to, it was all prior. I felt so guilty that I know I'd return to a life which I'm privileged in, whilst they were stuck in what I felt as filth. However, I swear, even through this filth, the people, their faith and their personalities made me want to stay and remain. And now prevailing before our very eyes, I honestly thought it couldn't get worse, but obviously Israel proved us wrong. The corpses of bodies scattered everywhere, ripped apart like chewed up straw. Has humanity not seen this? The mothers amputated and crying, not crying for the physical pain, but crying for the losses of their own children. Has humanity not heard this? The innocent doctors who operated 24/7 in their remaining days, you know, with their eyelids forcibly shutting, and then still being killed themselves. Does humanity not feel this? The killing of innocent children, surpassing the numbers of soldiers killed in October the 7th within the first week. Does humanity not condemn this? For all the numbers, they're not just numbers, for God's sake. From them are my family, from my mother's family more importantly. She's here in the crowd today. There were people like you and me. Some had extraordinary achievements, like passing their high school finals with 100%. That's almost unheard of here. Another had worked with NASA, and another as great architects, building the future of this world. Now they're also stripping random men and framing them as actually Hamas members. One was a medical student 4 years into his studies, Imad al-Madhoun. You can search this up, Imad al-Madhoun. They framed him to be surrendering, faking the news to cover what they're really doing, an ethnic cleansing, genocide. The kids, why did we have to chant? Do we really have to chant? Has the world come to this, that we have to chant, stop killing children? Why is this? How is this ever justified? Is this what the world has really come to? That the spineless leaders, they can sit up on their asses all day not doing anything. But in Palestine we say, don't worry, they might be above us now, but Rabbul Alameen, our Lord, is above them. And just like all of us, today we are above the soil, but tomorrow they will be under. And you'll be in front of God, who rightly establishes himself on the throne. What sovereignty and authority will you have on that day? May God deal with you. And still, we will see justice in this world, and we will see a free Palestine. Free Palestine! Free Palestine!